Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. In this video we're going to be going over the week ahead in RTS, basically what we can expect in terms of tournaments, events, what kind of card drops are we going to get in those tournaments, what to prepare for, and also I'll be giving you some early information on hopefully content I can bring you this week. So the first and most important thing to go over is the week ahead's calendar, as you can see, and it is fairly jam-packed. If we look at the top, it has the days in purplish, and the top right hand corner it says Battle Pass 3. This is just to notify you that obviously Battle Pass 3 is going on this week. We know this is going to be week 2. Week 2 missions should drop on the Monday as usual, and I'll be probably live streaming when they drop live. It is always fun to check out those missions when they are actually coming out. You only have a little bit more time to finish the first week's missions, so make sure you complete those if you have missed out. As the weekly missions now, you only get a week to complete rather than last season's 2 weeks. Haunted Skirmish is going to continue, and that does mean we're going to get the themed tournaments coming up. We have got solo level ups with the Jack-O-Lanterns, and we also do have the themed tournaments throughout the week as well. Faction Dark Harvest Raid. We did have a solo Dark Harvest Raid last week. This is where the skulls will drop with your attacks. Then we'll have a Faction Haunted Road, and I do think the tombstones are going to be part of the completion rewards. As you complete bronze, you'll get some tombstones. As you complete silver, and so on and so forth. If I remember correctly, tombstones could be handed in for mods, I believe. And rechecking the rewards section of the Haunted Skirmish post, they are indeed. You hand them in for gold mods, 25,000 mod scrap, but these mods here are actually pretty good. You could get a guaranteed defense on defense mod, guaranteed attack on attack mod, and I know some people haven't had good fortune with these. If you're brand new to the game, these are good mods to get, especially the attack on an attack mod. You know, you put that on your biggest damage dealer, they're going to get attack stat and the attack set, really good combination. And then lastly in the week we go on to Creepy Onslaught. Now Creepy Onslaught is going to be obviously an onslaught event, but with the twist that they are going to drop skulls. So this could actually be the most worthwhile time to go mad on Onslaught. I know a lot of people don't like Onslaught, but this is effectively giving you free energy to get skulls on a 30-minute basis. Just come back into the game, get some skulls, come back into the game, get some skulls. You need 70,000 skulls to get the top reward in the grey market, of course. And personally, I'm nearly at 30,000, so I went really all out in the first raid tournament just because I wanted to get a good head start and then sort of know where I'm stand. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. I definitely want this axe. I have talked about it on my stream. I'd most likely replace the 4th slot with 1535 initially, just while I use it in the coming weeks. And once I get my own personally made 1535 item with healing stun, I'd probably reset this to get the trauma back. Now in those 6 tournaments, the solo level ups, the Faction Dark Harvest Raid, the Faction Haunted Road and the Creepy Onslaught, we do have the tournament rewards of AJ and Axel. Axel being the character in the choice box, whereas AJ's being the character throughout the placement rewards. Now AJ cards will not be available in the milestones for the level up because that tier has been replaced by the Jack-O-Lantern. So that could be a benefit for some of you or a disappointment. I was a bit disappointed when it came to Shiva because I wanted to get Shiva when I hit 3 million points, get an extra 200 Shiva cards, but it's not going to be the case there. Now on Monday we obviously have a big part of the game dropping. It's going to be Season 13 of Leagues. I have gone over this in quite extensive detail, the schedule of the event, the rewards. I do obviously give my thoughts on the next season as well. I did do a poll on my YouTube channel because I personally don't feel that we get a lot of season tokens compared to how much things cost and how many things are available. And as you can see, the response has been fairly one-sided in that there is a need for more avenues to get season tokens. From my calculations, with the 240,000 season tokens to get the character, the S Class card crates, and the 2 weapons, it didn't even include the items that you need to upgrade the S Class character or the S Class card crate with Jason in it. It wasn't even including everything, and obviously it would skyrocket past 300,000 at that point. The most season tokens you can hope from leagues in a season is around about 180,000, and that was with a 10-week season. It's now being reduced to 8 weeks. It's going to be even more of a problem. However, the main highlight from Season 13 dropping is going to be S Class Barker coming into the game. I did do a full breakdown review of this character showing his gameplay what he has to offer. I'm going to be doing a guide about this guy as well, and we mainly aimed about his usage on a defense team because I think that's where most people will want the most help with him. I think on attack he's pretty basic. You could just load up all attack stats, attack on attack, attack versus tough, or attack versus whatever trait you want to do the most damage against, and that's the way to go, you know, the obvious stuff. Defense is going to be a little bit more tricky, and I definitely have my ideas on what we can do with this character. Expect that guide hopefully to drop within the next couple of days. Now, as we move on to Tuesday, we're going to have the Hunter's Prey event start up, and this event is going to be mainly geared towards just getting small amounts of cards for particular characters. We're going to get some choice crates. You are going to have to work together with your faction to get this done, but theoretically you could do it solo. It would just require quite a lot of stuff done. I think a lot of the missions are things like upgrading characters 50 times, which isn't easy. Takes a lot to upgrade a character, but theoretically you could do that with just lots of lower tier characters. As a faction, you should be able to blitz through those pretty easily. When you do the missions, you do get the energy to run the roadmap, and the roadmap does give out these choice crates. I obviously covered the entire event on an intro video, so if you do want to find out more information on this particular event that starts on Tuesday, there should be a link popping up in the top right hand corner. Now, while it isn't listed on the calendar, on the Saturday and Sunday, the 24th and 25th, there is going to be a special roadmap come up for you and your faction. And this is where you're going to be spending your trick or treat pails, which you have been claiming on a daily basis, hopefully, to complete missions with your faction. If we go to the offers section, you can see I've got one of these pails to claim. And when we claim it, we get this. And this is effectively going to be 1 energy, which we're going to be able to spend. And the progress goes towards a faction mission where we can earn candy corns. Candy corns is mainly just to get extra gear for you and your faction, but it is like a little side event within the main event. The Haunted Skirmish does have like quite a lot going on. The main event obviously with jack-o'-lanterns, the skulls, tournaments for the special axe, and then these 2 side things with the tombstones for mods and the candy corns for gear means that you can get your hands on a lot of stuff if you put the effort in. This part is the only faction based part, I believe, and it doesn't require too much except just claiming your daily trick or treat pails and spending them on the coming weekend's roadmap, which should not be too much of a big deal for anyone. Obviously that can depend on how difficult the roadmap is, but we'll have to wait and see that. Other than that, we'll have a new promo character coming on the Thursday, so if you do like the current promo character, who is May, you will need to try your best to get her by the end of her promo countdown. I did obviously go over this character as well and show the gameplay, but in that video I didn't actually notice that she is a Saints and Sinners character from the virtual reality Walking Dead game. This was highlighted to me by a couple of people. I wasn't 100% certain, but if you go to the tower and check out the 5-star, you can indeed see that May has the title Saints and Sinners, so it should be a Saints and Sinners character, although they have made this mistake before, where Imani was a Saints and Sinner character, and I think maybe even Job. But I'm guessing this one's quite accurate, as people did tell me that she was a Saints and Sinners character before she came in-game. So hats off to the people who gave me a shout out in my Discord, thank you very much. That's pretty much it for this week and what to prepare for. We have of course got a War of Champions qualifier going on this current weekend. You have got a 2-week break until the next War of Champions qualifier in the 1A regions. That will be taking place on the 30th, 31st of October and the 1st of November. There are only two qualifiers, so it is this current one and the next one, and that is it. War of Champions 4 will then take place 2 weeks later on the 13th, 14th and 15th of November. I'll be covering that no matter what, giving you a rundown on the scores as I have done on previous War of Champions, but I might have some gameplay. Let's see if my faction can actually qualify. But that is the end of my video, guys. Hopefully this has been useful for you. Do give me your thoughts on the week ahead. What do you think of AJ and Axel in the week's tournaments? Are these the sort of characters that you want to go for? Do tell me in the comments down below. But that is the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.